Good day, I'm Lisa Rowe and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, April 17, 2024. A $197 million contract has been signed for the Onoto Bay Coastal Protection Beach Nourishment Project in St. Mary. The contract was signed during a ceremony at the Jamaica Social Investment Fund JIS in Kingston on Monday. The scope of work includes the construction of 2 groins, which will function as a trap to hold the sand in place, and the placement of sand along 244 meters of the existing beach. This beach nourishment will extend 12 meters or 40 feet seaward from the existing slope. When completed, the beach will sit approximately 1.5 meters or 5 feet above sea level. Managing Director at JIS, Omar Sweeney, says the work is targeted at one of the country's most vulnerable coastlines due to the impacts of global warming, climate change, and the rise in sea level. He says while the coastline is severely at risk, one of the objectives is to restore a safe beach for the more than 5,500 residents that have direct access to the beach.
This project will actually allow for specific engineering structures to be put in place that will retain the sand in the beach that has been taken away. It will protect the coastline from storm events, not just the day-to-day waves, but it will also protect the coastline from storm events by installing, specific scouring structures, specific different size of rock armor that will allow the beach to be protected.
Mr. Sweeney indicates that the project is being executed under the Disaster Vulnerability Reduction Project and is slated for completion in June. 210 state-of-the-art surveillance camera systems will be added to the country's national security and public safety network, Jamaica Eye. The equipment is valued at $400,000 and was donated by the Republic of Korea to the Ministry of National Security on Tuesday. Portfolio Minister Dr. Horace Chang says the surveillance cameras will enhance the national security infrastructure and increase public safety.
In the case of our Jamaica Eye program, these cameras that are being handed over today will be integrated into a centralized system, as we also in business of building what we call a C5 center. There's a command and control center. The system will provide live feed of evidentiary quality that can be used as evidence in police investigation in support of law enforcement across the entire island.
Commissioner of Police Dr. Kevin Blake similarly says the cameras will improve public space monitoring and the investigative capacity of the police force.
The importance of surveillance systems in modern policing cannot be overstated, and these represent effective force multipliers in ensuring public order and public safety. The Jamaica Eye enhances our ability to offer quicker responses, gather indisputable evidence, and ensure a safer environment for our citizens and visitors alike.
6 major rural water systems, averaging $36 million, are projected to come into effect this year. Minister with responsibility for water, Senator Matthew Samuda, made the announcement in Friday's sitting of the Senate. The projects will benefit 11 schemes across St. Mary, Trelawney, St. Elizabeth, St. Thomas, and St. Anne. Minister Samuda says they will go to procurement shortly, and a unit is being established to oversee the work.
We will ensure, Mr. President, that though we've already done work to improve water service delivery and utility reliability for over 300,000 Jamaicans over the last 2 years, Mr. President, that we expect that number to go upward of 800,000 over the next 2 years.
A philosophy of education for Jamaica has been finalized. Portfolio Minister Favour Williams says the decision was reached after lengthy discussions with members of the education community, including parents, teachers, administrators, and the church. She made the statement during today's post-cabinet press briefing at Jamaica House. The education philosophy is one of the recommendations in the Education Transformation Report. It emphasizes teaching students pro-social behaviors, including sharing, assisting, donating, cooperating, and volunteering.
We want our children to be respectful, to value education and skills training, to value cleanliness in their immediate environments and the wider Jamaica, to see virtue in work, cultivate honesty, empathy, to obey laws and rules and conform to socially accepted behaviors. This all leads into the education philosophy that we will seek to inculcate in Jamaicans.
The minister reveals that principals received the bulletin on April 3rd, and its content has already been distributed to the education system via Schools Bulletin 49/2024. She adds that the ministry will continue to raise awareness of the ideology among educators to secure its widespread acceptance.
We also are depending on our principals and teachers to bring the philosophy alive in the school communities via devotions, discussions, and other activities.
The education philosophy is available for viewing on the ministry's website, moey.gov.jm. Jamaica has made another pioneering move to strengthen its social protection systems. This is being facilitated through the National Poverty Reduction Leaving No One Behind toolkit. It was launched recently by the Planning Institute of Jamaica, PIOJ. The toolkit is intended to build the capacity of poverty reduction stakeholders, strengthen service delivery to the poor and the vulnerable, and increase partnership, collaboration, and information sharing. Director General of the PIOG, Dr. Wayne Henry, says the toolkit is strategically aligned with the United Nations Agenda 2030 and the National Poverty Policy and Program. He explains that it has significant utility for any project, program, or intervention, whether local or international, that seeks to address vulnerable groups.
We anticipate wide usage as we share this toolkit even outside of the key stakeholders of the National Poverty Reduction Program, and expect that the tools will prompt studied monitoring and subsequent program adjustments, as well as the development of detailed databases for effective program management.
And finally, the Ministry of Agriculture says farmers continue to deliver increased production despite impacts from climatic conditions. State Minister Franklin Witter points to Jamaica producing 779,254 tons of domestic crops in 2023, the second highest amount ever documented for the country.
And consequently, the drought, as well as the short period of intense rainfall that we would have been experiencing, did have some impact on our productivity here in Jamaica. Nevertheless, Jamaica was still able to achieve its second highest level of domestic crop production.
Mr. Witter was speaking at the 41st Annual National Farmers Month Church Service in Trelawney earlier in April. He pointed out that the recognition of farmers this month offered a chance to boost funding for all departments and agricultural sectors. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lisa Rowe. Thanks for watching.